The only thing everyone needs is a foam roller. So welcome to the grand finale, season finale. Is it a season finale if you've been going for 3 seasons or 2.5 seasons, or I don't know, in TV time, maybe this is like 20 seasons, but the season finale of Strength Training for Runners. So get your foam roller, get in some good posture, and let's get started. So nice and tall here. We're going to start with, of course, our hip hurdles. So here we go. Come on with me. So I'm showing you my InReach Mini. If you guys can't see it, it's this little guy. So for those of you in Portland, you may have heard that a trail runner died last week in the gorge. Anyway, seems like he fell, but this is a handy little thing. If you don't have one, see if you can borrow one from a friend. If you're doing a big backcountry effort, it has a way for people to track you when there's no cell signal, but also it has an SOS button. So Garmin just announced, other side. So Garmin just announced that it has surpassed its 10,000th SOS call. So from those little units, they've had now 10,000 calls, and they tried to look into like what was happening there. And one of the things they learned is that a fifth of the SOS calls, the SOS button was pushed by a Good Samaritan or a bystander. So now someone who was not in the accident. Anyway, I'm telling you this, 3, 2, all right, let's get into a squat position. Got our toe up. So one side toe up, the other side foot is regular for a squat. Then we're just going to come down. So we have that one toe up. So we're really putting all the pressure on one leg. Oftentimes we're doing this anyway because we're unbalanced, but today we're doing it on purpose. All right, so to finish up that, so I have one of these and I bring it on adventures and I tuck it way back into my pack because I assume I'm never going to need it. Anyway, now that I realize that a fifth of the SOS calls are made by a bystander, they would have no idea that I had one or be able to find it. And if I really hurt myself, I might have a hard time getting it out of my pack. So I'm no longer making fun of the hikers who have it out. And I realize why you would have it dangling out. Switch sides. So other foot, got that toe up, other leg takes all the weight or most of the weight. Anyway, if you're going on an adventure, tell someone where you're going. And if you have a some kind of emergency beacon, put it out where people can see it. The end. All right, so let's get to the good news. The good news is, I think this is over 100 Wednesdays with you guys. And some of you have been there for 5, some of you for 50, some of you for probably almost all 100. Stop there. So let's get into some deep squats. So I so appreciate this. It was for sure a lifesaver during the peak of COVID when we were barely leaving our houses and not going to the gym anymore. And it was such a fun way to connect with you all over. So I so appreciate you coming Wednesday after Wednesday. I also appreciate your encouragement of me taking a little pause here and seeing what happens. Super excited about that. All right, 3, 2, come on up. Nice and tall. All right, we're going to do some single leg deadlifts. So you know the drill. And because you've been doing with me for so long, your balance is going to be amazing. So get a planted foot, make sure your toes are all spread, get one side nice and long, and then let's hinge, keeping hip down and right back up. So single leg deadlifts, 30 seconds. Got way more people to say hi to. Annika, Maria, hi there. Good to see you. Bex, hi there. Jill's here. Devlin, Barb. All right. Crowd's all here. Dawn, I forget your dog's name always, but your dog is looking at me like, okay, I'll do that. Good. We're got 10 more seconds for this side of the single leg deadlifts here. So imagine if you had a heavy weight here, you'd have it down. It would come to about your knee and then right back up. Go ahead and switch sides. Switch sides, everybody. All right. We're at a class size back to when the pandemic was in full force and everyone was home. This is good. I mean, it's really good that we're now leaving our houses, but it's fun to see everybody, especially those of you I haven't seen in a minute. Super happy to have you here. All right, keep this going. See if you can get that bag leg nice and long. Really stretch out. Take up all the space. Hi, Deb. All right, 3, 2, let's stand up nice and tall. So I want you nice and tall, shoulders rolled back. Let's get a side lift here. So I want you to come up to the range of motion that feels like, okay, I'm working right here. And then we're gonna pulse at this top here for 20 seconds. So just hang out with me. Whoa, okay, balance. Don't look at my balance. Just focus on yourself. Pick a spot on the wall. Stay there. Good. All right. I don't have a good record of how many classes we've done, but it's definitely over 100. I think I've missed maybe 3 or 4. Try not to miss very many. Switch sides, which was fun. Getting to teach all over the place. Trying to think of all the fun places I've taught in. If you have a memory of me teaching somewhere randomly along the side of the road, you can put it in and remind me. I can barely remember, but keep this side up. You should be nice and tall here. Just getting this muscle activation here. Good. And let's switch. We're going to do walkouts. When we get to our plank, I want you to hold that good plank, and then we're going to do a twist under both sides, and then we'll walk it back up. So these are going to be nice and slow. I'll show you what it is if you're not sure. So you're going to come into this forward fold. Then we'll walk our hands out. When you get into a good plank, neck is long, push the ground away. And then one knee goes to the other side arm. Then you switch to the other side, knee to elbow. Once you're back in your plank, walk it back up, all the way up to tall. Yes, okay, go for it. I'm taking a look. Oh my goodness, Dawn, good memory. Dawn said, remember the kid that joined in the schoolyard? There was a time I was in Utah and I was in a church in the middle of nowhere, no one was there. And then all of a sudden this kid who was maybe like 6 or 7 just came into the workout and he thought that he was gonna be really annoying and disturb the whole thing. But I was like, yeah, come on, join us. And about 2 squats in, he was gone. All right, or at least that's my memory. All right, good memory, Dawn. Hopefully everyone's still doing those walkouts. When you get into that plank, hold it for a second, slowly get those twist unders and walk it back up. All right, one more and then finish in that up position. So once you get one more done, about 10 more seconds, finish in that up, standing up tall position. Oh, Deb, yes, another good one. In the cold, after I skied around Crater Lake. So I had to do a class from the porch of a resort that only had Wi-Fi in this one little spot. So it was like snowing and 25 degrees. I was in all my puppies and that was a good time. Thank you for reminding me. All right, next thing we're gonna do is get onto the ground on our backs in a glute lift position. So everyone go ahead on your backs. We're gonna do glute raises. So on your backs, come on down, get your heels nice and close to your butt. So they don't not touching, that would be almost impossible, but you know, maybe 8 inches away. Now let's go ahead and lift up, squeezing our glutes and relax. All right, go for it again. When you lift this time, see if you can make it so there's no bend in your waist. You've got full extension through your hips, and then go ahead and drop it. All right, go ahead, 20 more seconds, come on up, lengthen those hips by squeezing the glutes, and then relax. Good, we'll change this to a glute hold after our 20 seconds of lifting and lowering, so keep this going. Good, lift, squeeze, and lower. And then reposition yourself by putting your feet together so your big toes are touching. Your knees are together. Now go ahead and squeeze your glutes, lift it up, hold. We're holding for 20 seconds here. So I want you to think about squeezing everything together. So that's knees and glutes. That's where their focus should be. Both of those are nice and tight, keeping you up, not letting yourself sag down, but you are squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. All right, and good, relax, but now we get single leg holds. All right, so for the single leg holds, what I want us to do is get into a good, like we're in a running position. So let's start with our right leg. Let's have that right leg up. Now let's take our left foot, push it into the ground, and here we are. So our left arm is up, our right leg is up, like we're in a running stance, and that left glute is doing all the work. We've got 20 seconds right here. So now you do not need to hold your breath for 20 seconds. What a waste of time. In this position, you should be squeezing that glute to keep you up. but also breathing. 3, 2, drop it down. Other side. Maria just reminded me of one time I was teaching from my mom's house and she wanted to leave so we could go for a swim, and she doesn't like to be late. So she came onto the Zoom and started cleaning up the equipment like she was going to help me finish early. And I was like, you do realize you're on the screen here, Mom. So that was a good time. 3, 2, all right, come on down. So stay on your back. One more thing. Let's extend our legs so they're almost lengthened, but we have about 8 inches between the back of our knees and the floor. So now we can get into some hamstring holds. What I want you to start with is pushing down through your heels. Maybe your butt comes up off the ground. Maybe it just less pressure comes up, but I want you to feel this in your hamstrings. Wherever you are, you should feel like, okay, hamstrings, gotcha. If you can't, extend your legs a little bit more. If it feels like I can't even lift anything, bring your heels back towards your body. So let's just get in some lift and lower. So find that sweet spot where you've got your legs extended, but not too much. And then lift and lower, keep that going. Then we're going to do a hold. Then, all right, hold it now. So going for that hold if you can. If that is too much on your hamstrings, lift and lower is super. That's all you need. I don't know if I missed you, Corey, but hi. If I didn't say hi, I want to make sure I catch everybody here. All right, keep this going. There's 10 more seconds. So either you're lifting and lowering or you're holding, but your hamstrings are like, hey there, thank you, needed this, right? Okay, 3, 2, side planks. Let's finish up our warm up the way we always do with side planks. All right, you guys are gonna need to put this on your Google Calendars or something so you don't get out of practice doing these side planks, and when we come back, you can't hold them. All right, so everyone get onto one side, whichever one is first, and let's come on up. So you're coming up into this hold position. Want you to make sure your head is in line with your body, so you're not looking at your feet. You should be looking out. Neck is long, shoulder is stacked over your other shoulder. You can squeeze your glutes, see if that makes you feel a little bit more stable. Stable is the word, yes. And then just hanging out. Some of you are lifting your legs. Perfect. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, all right. Can we get the other side? All right, here we go. And 3, 2, let's do it. So come on up. Got everything is nice and held and in line. So shoulders stacked, hips stacked. I like having my arm up, but truly, if you have it on your side, that's fine. We're trying to avoid having your hand in front because that pulls your shoulder forward. Don't do that. See if you can just keep everything in line here. 10 more seconds. And then we're going to start our drills. What I didn't say, I said we need foam rollers today, but we'll also need a chair of some sort. So we can use that for our drill, and done, done, done. All right. So get a drink. Allison, hi there. All right. So for our drills, we are going to do some hamstrings. We did those last week. We were doing kneeling hamstrings. If what I show you today you don't like as much, you can do those again. Or so we're going to do the hamstring curls, and then we're going to do single leg get-ups. So hamstring curls, really quick. First things first is this leg comes up and your glute is holding you here. So if someone came to push down your ankle, it would not go anywhere. Then squeeze and release. So if you weren't here last week and you like these better, or if that feels weird, you can just squeeze and release from this kneeling position. Then we're going to do those get-ups. If your chair is too easy, get something lower, please. And we'll do these single legs. So everyone get the, I see so much movement. So everyone's getting chairs or whatever you need. Some of you, a chair is too low. So you can put a pillow or some towels. And for some of you, a chair is just way too high. You can use a smaller stool. All right, but whatever you're doing, let's start with the hamstrings. So come on, get your shoulders directly over your hands if you're in this incline position. All right, that's the first thing. And now leg comes up, glute is tight. Now here we go. Twist, curl and relax. Good. So curl it up and relax. Good. So we're just going to do this for 30 seconds and then we'll just go right into the other side. If this hurts your wrist, you can do it from this lower position on your elbows, whatever you need to do, but don't let your knees come even with each other. Keep that glute engaged. That helps get your hamstring engaged. All right, 5 more seconds. And yes, other side. Everyone, other side. So glutes up. And here we go. Good. Watch where your shoulders are. It's easy to start falling back, but keep your shoulders right over your hands so you don't strain your shoulders. Or what happens is you start just bringing your butt back, then you're not doing the same work. Why do that, right? We're here to get it right. So let's do it. 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, all right. So now we're doing those get-ups. So for those of you who know, these are really tough for me. So coming up is, if that is too difficult for you, that's fine. I want you to get something higher and come down. If the get-ups, even with something shorter, is too easy for you, you can do up and down. So up to you how you want to do it, but let's get started. Start with whatever side you want. And here we go. Come on down if you want to, and then up. You really just have to do the up. I think that's a little bit easier. It's not easier, it's easier to get the form right. So one side at a time. Put the other foot down, sit down with both legs, get up with one, feet back together, repeat, repeat, repeat. You know the story. Good. And 3, 2, okay, other side. Let's see it, other side. Let's see what you guys are using to get up and down from here. Chairs, stools, low couches and futons. Good. Some of these are tough. Nicely done. All right, 10 more seconds. Good. If you're feeling like it's really tough to get up, make sure shoulders are back. Good. And done, done, done. All right, one more time through. We're going to go back to those hamstring curls. So kneeling or on that incline, however you want to do it. Everybody get ready. All right, hands directly under your shoulders. Glute is engaged. Let's do it. Squeeze. All right, you should squeeze until you feel like, wowee, hamstring is talking to me, but not until you feel like you're about to give yourself a cramp. You should not need to have a pickle juice aid station in the middle of a workout. So don't give yourself a cramp here. Keep that glute up. So many things. Aren't you gonna miss me bossing you around on Wednesday nights? 3, 2, switch sides, switch sides. All right, I am loving those memories that you guys brought up of the Wednesday night classes. If anyone else can think of one, me teaching in random location, put it up there. That is fun. All right, keep this going. Really get a good squeeze. If you're just coming out and back, probably isn't feeling very hard. You might be wondering why we're doing this at all. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2. All right. Go ahead and get into your chair or stool or whatever you're using. Make this suitable for whatever level you are. So if that is up and down, do it. Let's go. So this is up and down. If that's easy enough for you. If you're finding that you're plunking down, then it's too hard. So just do that up. Good. I see some hands going up. That's great. Everything comes up. Hands can help. Even your breath. So exhale as you send yourself up. Good. That's the form we're looking for. Good. 5 more seconds, then we're switching sides. And good. All right. So my bone tights, I feel like every PT and Coach and whatever have these like skeleton tights for Halloween, but I actually think they're quite soft and comfortable, and I don't wear them any other time of the year, so I'm wearing them now. All right. Good. That exaggerated breath helps you get up. So if you're finding it's tough, start from the bottom. Breathe it up. Good. 5 more seconds. Good. Keep that good balance. Seeing some wobbles here. We're getting to the end. And done, done, done. All right. So I said you would need your foam roller. So for our first set, we do need the foam roller. Now, for some of you, you still might need to use your chair because the foam roller is the advanced version of this exercise. The chair will be the intermediate version. So we did these last week for those of you who are here, but we're doing those split squats where we have one leg back. We used to do it on the chair, but now since everyone's got super great balance, we can use something that's wobbly, right? So you can get into this position, come down and back up. Maybe you're not quite in the right position, so you can jump it forward. So we're gonna do the split squats first. Second thing we're gonna do are calf raises. So again, using this, which is wobbly, to get in those calf raises. All right, so first things first though, let's get into the split squat position. If you wanna use your foam roller, awesome. If you have a big Swiss ball, you can use that. If you wanna use your chair because you love your teeth and you don't wanna break them, great. All right, let's see it. Split squats. Come on up. I want you coming up and down. Really focus on not having a big arch in your back. If you're out too far and you're trying to keep your chest up, have this big arch here. Not looking for that. So really sit your butt down. Good. All right. I see some fancy handwork. I love that. It's just like we're doing strength training for runners, the musical. These are just spirit hands. It's not that you're losing your balance. You're just working on spirit hands. It's totally good. 3, 2. All right, other side. Let's go right into that. See if you can get yourself balanced first, and then come on down. Good. Now I see some of you have weights around you. So for our next set, if you feel like, well, that was easy and no big deal, I'm not falling over, you want to pick up a weight, doesn't even have to be heavy, or 2, you can have them down at your sides, that's great. Always good if you feel like I'm nailing this, it's too easy, having weight makes it harder. Good. 3, 2, all right. Let's switch it up. So we're doing a calf raise. So the idea here is instead of hanging onto the wall, which if you need to is fine, we're putting this foot here to help us with balance. So this leg got that calf raise. We're going to lift and lower. Now you're not like you're stepping up onto the foam roller. You're just using it for balance. So you're barely putting any weight on there. So let's go for it. So lift and lower. Good. I want you trying to get up to the biggest range of motion you've got. Hold for a second and then come down. Makes it a little harder. It also makes it so, at least I'm really pushing on this foam roller, which is not what I'm supposed to be doing. All right, you want to have it light. So imagine you're stepping on, let's see, like a potato chip, which is on the foam roller, and you don't want to break it. A potato chip is too breakable. Let me think about that. Something that is less breakable than a potato chip, but more breakable than a foam roller. All right, 5 more seconds. And switch sides. Great. If this is too hard, if you're falling over, use your chair instead. Same thing, right? But your chair is not going to be wobbling unless you're using an office chair. Please don't. All right, here we go. So same thing, if you're using your chair, totally fine. And if you still need some balance, you can use your chair and one finger on the wall. That's fine too. But keep that nice and tall, nice look. All right, good. Make sure you're breathing on these. If you have calf raises part of your PT, I know some of you do, and you're doing them on an incline of some sort or a box or whatever, and you want to do them during the next set, please do. Don't feel like you have to do these and then do your PT later. Incorporate it in. 3, 2. All right. So we're doing that one more time. So one more time through. If you feel like, wow, that was not very effective on the foam roller, I'm going to use my chair this time. That's fine. Want you to make it so you have the best looking reps. So we're not going for what's the hardest. We're going for what makes my reps look the best. So let's look really good right now. So we're tall. Let's go. Good. All right. You should be looking out for these. However, I want everyone to take one peek at your knee and check you're not cattywampus going whoop, or it's dipping in. If it's dipping in, maybe you dip in and you get very low. Don't get as low. I don't want you to have that weird tracking. I want to make sure coming forward and up. Good. 5 more seconds. So quick peek on that, and let's switch sides. All right, go ahead, switch sides. Got foot back on whatever it is you're using. Good. All right, you guys are going for it. Let's see it. Good, nice and tall. All right, I see some yoga balls. I see some hand motions like I'm giving balance to the world. I'm getting it back. Yes, love it. See some kettlebells out there. Good. Definitely makes things way harder once we add weight. That's a-okay. 5 more seconds. And 3, 2. All right. Next thing, we're on those calf raises. All right. And as ever, Kevy's very much participating in class. She loves it. She's definitely going to miss class the most of anyone. She will not even notice. All right, here we go. 30 seconds, lift and lower. I can hear her snoring even when I'm yelling somehow, unless I bump the couch and then it's mayhem. All right, lift and lower. Good. All right, I got an email that was like, accelerate your core in the subject line. And so I was, ready for a fight because that just seems like the dumbest exercise thing you can talk about. Okay, switching sides. Anyway, it was from Intel. It was junk mail about a core processor. Anyway, they got the wrong person on that one. But we're accelerating our core right now. I don't even know how you would do that. I guess that's running. That's called running when you're accelerating your core and the rest of you. All right, get that full range of motion. Quick hold is not just up, down, up, down. Good. 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, nicely done. Okay, grab a drink. Our main set tonight, we are going to do get-ups from the ground. So those are where we're in this lunge position. I'm going to show you from the side, in this lunge position, and then we come up. And the goal here is that we're really using this leg in the front, that glute, to push up. Now, if that feels impossible to you, that's fine. The intermediate version would be doing a step back lunge and up. So you can absolutely do either one. If you want to make this harder, you can have a weight that is up here. This is the hardest. Or you can have a weight down at your side. That will also make it harder. You decide. Then we're going to do side lunges and planks, but I'll show you when we get there. So everyone go ahead and get into either a standing tall position if you're going to do back lunges, or in this half kneel position. So go ahead in this half kneel or standing tall. Here we go. Coming up. Yes. And then gently let yourself down. Good. You're really trying to push through the front heel to get yourself up. Nice. All right. These are slow, as you can see. I'm not speeding through these reps because I really am isolating this front leg. So if you're doing this as a back lunge, the exact same thing. You're coming down, you're just maybe not coming down as far, and right back up. If you're using the weight, awesome. Overhead is the hardest. So if you have something only a very lightweight, it's great to have the lightweight up there, feels heavier. All right, 3, 2, Super duper. Switch sides. So don't start yet. Let's get into good posture first. All right. So either way, chest is up, eyes are up. Here we go. Nice. Look how strong you guys are. All right. For those of you who haven't been coming, I'm so happy you're strong. For those of you who have been coming, hopefully this has helped you become strong and you are not going to stop doing this. I know you will stop doing Wednesday night with me, but going to try, keep making some videos that I'll post on my site or send on Tuesday emails of Brian and I doing squats in places. And so you can still do some workouts with me. 5 more seconds. Good. Keep this up. This looks good. And super. All right. So the side lunge is what I was talking about is next. So what we're going to do is we're going to step out. When you step out, that foot, is facing forward. Knee is facing forward. So when you're in that butt back position, knee, feet, butt, eyes, all the same thing. And then you come up, knee drive. So if you have a weight, it would be in this goblet crush position right in front, knee up. If you don't have a weight, you can try touching the ground. If you are ready, come join me. Knee up, touch down. Good. You do not have to touch if you have a weight that's a little bit awkward, unless you have something small. You can absolutely have a small weight and then cross that down. But if you have a bigger weight, this position, good. Making sure toes are facing forward. Excellent. Good. And 5 more seconds. 3, 2, looking strong. Okay, go right to the other side. Check your foot. Once you know what that feels like to have it facing forward, then just keep doing that and eyes up. Good. All right, knees up, eyes up. Good. If you want to make it harder, touching down will make you have a little more extension through that trailing leg, and you will definitely feel it. 3, 2, nicely done. All right, a third thing I promised was a plank. So to finish this main set, what we're going to do is plank on our foam roller. Now, if that feels too hard, you can do a plank of any kind you want, but using the foam roller, we can push down on our hands. So you've got this whoop surface, right? So you've got that wiggling surface. So what you can do is just hold it still. You can push down left and right, or you can wiggle it back and forth a little bit to make it a little bit unstable. So you're having to hold that position. Oh my God, did you guys see that? I have a thank you banner and it just fell down. So it was reminding me to say thank you to everybody. All right, everyone get into your plank position. I'm going to fix that while you're not looking. All right, you're on, but I am going to look at the clock. I promise 40 seconds. So get into a good plank, whatever that is. If you're on your foam roller and you feel nervous, like you're going to fall into your face, please don't sacrifice your teeth. It's not worth it. It's just a plank. All right. Let me see. Whew. Okay. Now everyone has to notice this sign when you get up from your plank that I've rescued it. A little small, I guess. All right. You're more than halfway. 10 more seconds. I said I was watching. Maybe I can do a little better job. Now it's just 3, 2, nicely done. All right. So if you were doing that on your foam roller and you felt like I am not doing that again, that's fine. You can choose your own adventure on these, but I feel like pushing through a foam roller or a medicine ball really makes that tough. You have to have lots of stability through your shoulders and resist rotation. All right, so we're going for it again. Here's my thank you sign. If it falls down again, I'm abandoning it. All right, we're going for those kneeling get-ups. So everyone go ahead, either get into your back lunge position or get into that kneel position. Let's go. Good. If these are coming to you really easily and you're in a room with weights, grab one. You could have it in the front here, have it at the side, or if your weight's very light or you want to work on stability, have it up overhead. I'm seeing all the options out there, which I love. It's the best. Good. Really work on staying in that lane. Good. 3, 2, nicely done. Go right to the other side, everybody, right to the other side. All right. Which side was I doing before? All right. Making sure your chest stays nice and tall. If you're finding that you're curving here, we want to fix that, reposition, then go for it. Good. All right. Good. For those of you with that weight overhead, it's really easy to start letting your arm come down. Make sure you're punching it up for these last 3, 2. All right. Now we're going for those side lunges. So if you want to have a weight, I would have it right here, chest position, step it over, and come on up. Good. And come on up. Good. I really want you showing off that balance here when you get to the middle. Good. These look strong. Good. Making sure it's not a hinge. You're really thinking about your butt going back, but your chest staying up as much as you can. All right. 5 more seconds. And let's switch sides. So reposition yourself. Step it to the other way. Come on up. Good. Get that foot facing forward. That's key here. Want to make sure you're not tweaking your knee. Want you to have a way better story about tweaking a knee if it happens. Not doing this. Woo. All right. Much harder with weights. And keep this up for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, great. All right, plank-a-doodle-doo. So pushing through that foam roller. If you didn't like that, you can also put your feet on the foam roller if you still want to use that foam roller, and then you can sort of go forward and back. But see if you can balance on that roller. We got 40-second plank. Coming at you in 3. Everyone go ahead, get down. 2, let's go. All right, I'll talk you through good form. So let's get our ears as far away from our shoulders as possible. So we want to have a long neck, and we want our neck in line with our spine. So you're not looking at your toes. You're looking out over your hands. You're really pushing down, pushing that ground away. If you know you're in a good plank, squeeze your glutes. If you can squeeze your glutes, you know you're in a nice long extension. Then you are not sticking your butt up to the ceiling like you're in a tent. You don't want that. Last 10 seconds. If you need a break, take it here. No poor form, but come back for these last 3, 2. Nicely done. Cool. Okay, if you're on the ground, you can stay there unless you're doing back lunges instead of these get-ups from the ground. So you decide where you are, but we're going to just go right through into this last set. Not taking it easy on us because it's the last class. Let's leave us with some memories sore butts. All right, here we go. Good. I'm super excited to see those of you making this harder. If stability for your ankles is tough, having that weight overhead is a really good exercise for that. If stability on the trails feels like something you need to work on, this is a great exercise. Keeping core, ankles, all of that stable. Whoop, right? All right. And 5 more seconds. And let's go ahead, switch right to the other side. So go ahead, get to the other side. Let's do it. Good. All right. Well, I hope that you guys have all found a fun gym to go to. If you're in Portland, go to Prism. It's so fun. I like it. I have really enjoyed my time there as a gym participant. So I can't say enough good things. If you're not in Portland, sorry. Don't think I have any good ideas, but if you have a good idea of a gym, put it in the chat. Maybe someone else can can benefit. 5 more seconds. And nicely done. All right, side lunges. Let's go ahead and get our good posture. Let's do it. Here we go. Side lunge, knee drive. Yes. Really getting your butt back. That is the trick here. Good. All right. Almost there. At least on this set, you know we always have a final power set. And 3, 2, go ahead, right to the other side, right to the other side. Good. Yes. See some good arm movements, some more like running. See people touching down. That's great. If you want to make it harder without using weight, get that touchdown. 3, 2, all right. Plank on the roller. Let's finish up here. Finish this set strong. 40 seconds. We'll start in 3. Get down on the ground. 2. Let's do it. All right. So you've got your shoulders directly over your hands. That's the most important thing. No matter what plank you're doing, if you're doing a low plank, your shoulders should be right over your elbows. Glutes tight helps with more stability. If you need a more stable platform than that, you can release that and get your feet a little bit wider. That makes a more stable platform, right? A triangle is a lot more stable than a line, so you can get yourself into more of a triangle. Either way, neck is long, really push through that foam roller. This is the last 5 seconds here. 3, 2, nicely done. All right, get a drink. All right, I thought really hard about what would be the final set for this one. And I know that everyone loves jumping lunges, and we were doing lunges, so we're doing those. And then we're also going to do the hip pops. So for those of you who are uncertain of those, we'll be on the ground, their feet up, pop them up, and come back down without letting them come forward. So we pop them up towards the ceiling and then stay where they are. But we'll start with our jumping lunges first. So everyone nice and tall, we're gonna go 20 seconds of jumping lunges. Then we'll get on the ground, do 30 seconds of those hip pops, and we're just gonna go through that 3 times, then this workout is done. So join me here. Let's just get right into it. Jumping lunges. If you're not doing jumping lunges, duck unders, go for it. Here we go. So jumping lunges. If you're not jumping, feet just stay on the ground here, duck it under. Good. If you are not supposed to be jumping, I really don't want to see you jumping. For those of you who are in PT, have foot issues, whatever that is, only jump if you're allowed. 3, 2, all right. On the ground, we're going to start in 5 seconds. So get down on the ground. We're going to pop those hips up and not let our feet fall forward. Let's go. Here we are. Pop them up. Don't let them fall forward. Good. You might be popping your hips up, I don't know, 1 inch. See if you can get them up 2 inches. See what happens if you get them a little bit higher, but still not let them fall forward. Good. Hi, Paula. All right, keep this going. There's just 10 more seconds. So if you need a break, just hang your feet up there, hang out, take a big pause, and then just do your final 3, 2, nicely done. All right, we got 2 more times. So it's basically like 2 minutes left in this workout. So stay with me here. Unless, of course, you feel like you're just a skeleton, and then just lay on the ground. We'll meet you there later. All right, here we go. Jumping lunges or duck unders. If you're not jumping, duck it under. See if you can get nice and low. If you're jumping, 10 more seconds. Good. Keep this going. And 3, 2, good work. All right. Take a deep breath. Get on your back. Go for it. On your back. All right. Pop it up. Here we go. So you can have your hands in 2 places. Hands up, like you're in that dead bug position, Or if you need a little help, you can have your hands on the ground. That stabilizes you more, and you can use them to pop those hips up. 10 more seconds. So if you are done and done, just crumple down. There's only 5 more seconds. So maybe you want to join us for one last pop and come on up. All right. So now we're in the absolute final minute. Okay. So in this final minute, if you are feeling like I am not doing these, you can put in the chat, ask me anything. I wanted to do that before, but I think if anyone remembers, I did that once during a workout. I couldn't count the time to save my life. So no one wants me doing that while we're doing jumping lunges. But if you have any questions for me about anything coming up, put it in there. Otherwise, let's start. Here we go. Good. I'll answer your questions during our cool down. But you can always email me. All right. Good. Big jumps. See if you can keep the same tempo going this whole time. 5 more seconds. And all right, on your back, on your back. Go ahead, onto your back. Catch your breath. And we're going to start here in 3, 2. All right, let's do it. 30 seconds. This is the final 30 seconds. Really popping those feet up. And then control as you come back down. Excellent. Don't forget to breathe. And we're halfway through. If you need a break, feet down, arms out, but then rejoin us for these last 3, 2. Yes, victory. Thank you guys. All right, stay on the ground. Stay on the ground unless you have a good question you want to put into the chat. Otherwise, stay on the ground. We're going to give ourselves a big hug. Since you're laying on the ground anyway, and you are just popping up around on your back, this feels really good on your back. You just lay down, knees come in, catch your breath as you give yourself a big knee hug here. See if you can let your back really just fall down towards the ground. Make sure your rib cage is pointed down. Then go ahead and roll over onto your front. We're going to finish by sitting on our feet here, looking out into the world. Oh, you know what? I feel like I should take a picture of this whole thing. Commemorate our final workout. I'll squish out the name so it just will look like boxes. Anyway, I'll do that once everyone gets into position. So we'll get into this kneeling position and we'll get our arms stretched out, get into a child's pose. You can have your knees in or knees wide, but getting in nice big stretch. If that doesn't feel good, you can absolutely do a different position. Do something that feels right for you. All right. See if you can stretch a little bit more towards the front. Towards your right. You're already stretching to the front. See if you can stretch your right arm a little bit more. So your right side is the focus here. And then go ahead and get that left side as the focus. Now go ahead and flip your toes under. So you're in like a hands and knees position. Toes are flipped under. Get a good stretch through your feet. Couple more deep breaths. You've got your foam roller right next to you. So if you want to use it, go for it. Otherwise, you are done. I went a little over time. Sorry if you were in a rush somewhere, but I'm I have no words. Thank you for filling my cup, everybody. I so appreciate it. Say hi if you want.